Good morning. I'm Jim Willis, and I started a new series on Willis Wonders. What are you wondering about, Willis? And I've had a couple of devotions on here, a couple of thoughts, and I'm starting today, October 1st, a series. It's an acronym for the alphabet, A to Z. So it's 26 thoughts that I've come across as I was putting together these days. We've seen several different outlines. We're getting information from all kinds of places, and we've gone through something that's totally unprecedented. And why are we in this scenario? I wonder. And I bought into the 2 weeks. Let's take 2 weeks, and let's not let this COVID virus, they call it novel, they call it a pandemic, they call it a lot of things. And I don't want to discredit that there is a real thing. There's lots of things, Ebola, H1N1, and all kinds of swine flus and international things that have taken place before. But this is novel, and this is pandemic. And so I've heard 6 months now of information. And I actually put this outline together in 30 minutes. I think it was, first week of April. We didn't get out of the 2 week thing. They shut the country down. They shut school down. They shut homes down. They shut churches down. They shut businesses down. And tremendous amount of things that have never, ever happened take place. And I was wondering a lot, what in the world's going on? I've got an answer for that, 26 answers actually. I'm not going to talk about them all today, and other than this first one, they're going to be relatively short, 3-4 minutes, 5 minutes maybe. And so for 5 months, I've been trying to present my heart right. I don't want to be condemning. I don't want to be offensive, but I know it will be. I have family. I have friends. I have a business. I have a church, and I'm a Christian. I am a Christian, and I know that some of you don't believe what I'm believing, and or thinking what I'm thinking, and I'm not here to beat you up. I love you, all those categories that I've talked about. But I am here to wake you up. I am here to give you truth, and I want to give you truth graciously, and I want you to wonder. Don't be just a cattle being led around to do whatever they beckon call you to do. This is America. I have been in a lot of international countries, and I've seen what cattle herding does to people, to countries, to families, to business, to churches. I've seen it. So you may not have. And I just want to share these 26 truths to you as kindly and as honestly as I can. All right. Now the first letter in the alphabet is A, and I can't help it. But the very first thought I had was America. This is America. Man, it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You get to choose a life to live that you want to live. It's just awesome. Now you can't do it that hurts somebody else. Okay. You have responsibility. We're this huge community. We're a bunch of individuals that live in unity. We have this liberty to do as we please, but we can't hurt other people. We live in this very diverse community. We're all immigrants, for goodness sakes. We all came from somewhere else. None of us belong here except those that want to cling to these American concepts. They're unique. They're nothing like anywhere else in the world. There's no other documents, our legal documents, of any other country in the world's history. We'll talk about that when we get to see. We have this pursuit of happiness. We have the opportunity to be the happiest people on the planet. I don't think a lot of us are as happy as we ought to be. We need an attitude of gratitude. That my buddy Zig Ziglar talks about all the time, and we need to get rid of the hardening of the arteries and get that freedom that we have into us. We have the religious freedom. You know, our books have taken out our history the last 50 years. In the early 70s, they transformed everything, and we've just let them keep doing it. I'll talk more about that as we go along. But our country is founded on religious freedoms, okay? We came here with some enterprising guys that brought us here on the ship, but the Pilgrims came here because they didn't want a state-run government. They didn't want a government telling them how to worship God. And we are Christians, okay? And that is our background. That is our heritage. And that's what I still get and want to be able to participate in. We're a country of personal responsibility. We're not a country that depends on our government. That is not what our government is for. Read the very first phrase in the Constitution. That's what our government is for. And right now, it's not protecting us. There's states, there's cities that won't protect you, and that's against the Constitution. You can call them Democrats, you can call them whatever, liberals, whatever you want, but it's unconstitutional. We have a place to dream and to hope. So many of my dreams have come true. It's just awesome. It's wonderful. And I am living the dream. Had to work for it, had to make sacrifices, had to be courageous, had to have tenacity, had to not give up attitude. No quit here, boy. That's right. It's not because of anything else. It's hard work. I've supported myself for over 50 years. Yes, I have. None of that was given to me. I had to work for every bit of it. And we get to do that in America. It's awesome. And as Americans and as Christians, I'm going to change the conversation to, I covered this up on purpose, we're ambassadors. We have a responsibility to our King to deliver his message, to represent his kingdom. That's what the fruit of the Spirit are. That's what the Sermon on the Mount's all about. And we need to display his love, his grace, and his honor. We need to be telling that message. I wonder how many of us are really telling the message. It's not just by what we do. We need to speak up. So many of us have shut up. So many of us have walked away. So many of us have backed up. I think we've backed up for over 50, 60 years. And we need to stand up now or we're going to lose everything. And that's why I'm coming out. I'm going to give you these 26 messages and I'm going to talk about some things. Hopefully this wasn't shocking. I'm going to have some principles that are going to be shocking. They're going to be very controversial. And I need you to know where I'm at on it. I need you to hear this information so you can make a proper decision coming up here in November that'll save our country. I'm delivering these 26 messages like this one to save our country. If we don't do it right this time, it's gone. It's over. Much of the America that I know of is gone already. And if we lose this one, we're going to lose practically everything that we have. And I'm not kidding. I'll show you more in the next 25 days. I'm just wondering, will you listen to me? Not just being American, but I got an acronym for A to Z. Follow me. Tell your friends. There's going to be some information you haven't heard. There's going to be some stuff that maybe you haven't thought about. Maybe you have. Maybe there's a lot more. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm wondering. That there's a lot more of us that are thinking like this and haven't shared with you. Okay, this is the introduction. I hope it hasn't been too long for you. It's going to be really important. It's going to be really powerful, very insightful, and they're going to be much shorter messages, okay? And so follow with me this month. God bless you. I'm Jim Willis, and I'm really wondering about a lot of things.